Hi divas! Welcome or welcome back. I started this year by eating grapes under the table. Actually, I started it at the beach, jumping little waves and drinking champagne with my family. But then as soon as I got home to the apartment, I proceeded to eat grapes under the table and pray that the universe would give me a boyfriend. And the year is fastly coming to a close, and I have to say the universe did indeed not give me a boyfriend. But I have to say I'm kind of glad. I started the universe, although I did started eating grapes under the table, I did have a goal that I would spend this whole year single. Very contradictory. The universe, I don't think, is understanding my vibes because I don't think I even know exactly what I want at this point. But in a year that I decided that I wasn't going to date anybody, and just focus completely on myself, I dated so much more than I have in maybe the past 5 years. I went on dating apps, I went on several dates, I even proceeded to have sex after being celibate for 5 years, which sometimes I struggle with how much I should share on the internet, but I always come to the conclusion that we're just humans having a human experience, and things are taboo, I think, for no reason because we're all just trying to figure it out. I know that for years of my life, I just kept things so close to the chest and such a secret, and I was so scared of what others were gonna think that I kind of lived in a little self-imposed prison. Now that I've let it go and I realize that my experience can help others, some people don't have who to talk to, and maybe watching this video is like we're talking to each other. I've realized by dating these people, by ghosting a few people, by getting ghosted by a few people. Actually, no. I got ghosted by one person, but I don't know. A lot of crazy things happened. I started the year being like, no, like, not gonna date anybody, and then I met someone. And then I realized that that person that I had met was actually really close friends to someone that I was going on a few dates with the year before. And I didn't know that. And then I proceeded to go on a date with both of them in the same week. And that wasn't enough, so I went on another date. And this portion, I was still just going on dates, doing nothing more, just talking. And why did I say it like that? I was just going on dates. But I don't know why I decided to go on 3 dates in 1 week. I ended up realizing that I didn't really know how I felt about any of them. I did like one of them, but then things got complicated fast. And then I ended up ghosting the other one, and then I ended up deciding I didn't want to go out with the other one, and then things started getting kind of a little bit out of hand. And then I went to Carnival and I started making out with random strangers on the street, which is a little unhinged, if I do say so myself. And then I spent a while like, no, I need to get over these people. I need to focus on myself. And then I spent a few years, I spent a few weeks just focusing on myself. I think a few months even. And then I got a procedure done, so I had to be like fully resting. And after I got my procedure, I was like, no, I need to get back out there. And I went on a few dates with people from dating apps. I met a few different people out and about, and I had a good time. Then I rekindled a little bit of connections with people from the past, which was interesting. Ended up not being too worth it. And now I'm left curious. Curious in what the next few months and the next year are gonna hold. I'm no longer attached to the idea of needing to find someone at the end of this year, which is, thank goodness, because I think I spent too much time just honestly hearing love songs and watching tarot readings and looking at the sky and being like, why? Why do I not have someone? Why do I feel like everyone has someone except me? Why do I feel like maybe if I was good enough I would have someone? And feeding myself a bunch of lies. I thought that being with someone or not being with someone determined maybe my worth and my capability, even though if you ask me, I would say no, but I think unconsciously I did feel like that. I felt so frustrated that the people that I wanted didn't want me back. I lived in loops of fantasy and confusion. I don't know. I can finally say that I have successfully loved most of that in the past and have realized that my self-worth comes from the person that I am and has nothing to do if I'm in a relationship or not. I know that the universe has amazing things planned for me and in store for me, and I know that the time that I have had to focus on myself, to take care of myself, to construct a beautiful relationship with myself was so cherished. If you look back on my videos on this topic throughout the year, a lot of them I cried and I was just feeling so overwhelmed and so sad and so unworthy of love and so scared of love. And one thing that I have to be proud of myself for this year is that I let that go. I'm not scared to love. I'm not scared to be loved. I'm not scared of loving and losing. And I realized that I'm so worthy of finding an amazing love. And if I haven't found that yet, it's because I'm doing exactly what I need to do, and I'm exactly where I need to be, and love is not part of my season yet. I haven't reached a point or met someone that is worthy of loving. And the season of solitude and singleness, I know is constructing the perfect foundation for when I do find someone. And I'm excited. I'm kind of emotional because I know the everything that has gone into getting here, and I'm just so lucky that I'm here. I feel excited to possibly find someone, but I feel super excited for life the way that it is, with the love that I have found in friendships and myself and new connections and passions and hobbies and career. I know now that if I had found someone in the past and I didn't have the beauty that I have in my connections, that I hadn't met all the amazing people that are in my life nowadays, that I hadn't embarked on the journeys that I have, that I hadn't started my YouTube channel or my post grad or started living by myself, that I would have probably not constructed the specific life exactly the way that it is. And I'm so lucky to be exactly where I am. It honestly makes me emotional because I know that me, like 4 years ago, looking at the sky and crying, like, why not me? And now I can safely say that time really does heal all and gives perspective over everything, because thank God that the things that I desired didn't work out in the ways that I had intended. If not, I wouldn't have been here where I am today and I wouldn't be who I am today. I know that it's easier said than done. I know that I've struggled so much with this throughout the years. I really oscillated from blissful serenity to, I don't know if the word is loneliness, because I've always enjoyed my company. I think the actual word for it is longing. I think comparison was also a big indicator in my frustration with this topic, because the more that you get older, the more that you realize that we each have a very specific timeline, and things will happen for us in such beautiful and unique ways. Comparing our journey to someone else's truly holds zero significance because anything can happen at any time. I know that I have friends that are really into their careers, I have friends that are just starting, friends that have no clue what is happening, friends that have so many things figured out. I have sisters and cousins and friends of parents and everything that are at such different stages of their lives that nothing will make sense if compared to someone else's journey. I can safely say that as much as I know that it's easier said than done and we're all humans, we all crave connection and affection and someone, I think, just, this might sound so cheesy and kind of like cringe, but someone just to hug us, someone to nurture us when we're sick and needing support, someone to tell us that they believe in us. when we're struggling to believe in ourselves. And I know that I just really crave someone to help me. I know that every time I haven't really been sick at all in the past 5 years, but this year I think after my procedure, my immunity went down and I got sick, I think, 2 to 3 times. And if you live by yourself, you know that being sick when you're alone is honestly so terrible. And it's in those moments of vulnerability that I just really craved someone to be there for me. It's in the moments that my family couldn't be there for me and I felt alone that I really desired someone to be there for me, and I can safely say that my friends have been there for me when I needed them. And I think I craved so much love that I didn't realize that love was gonna find me in so many different people and so many friendships and encounters and so many people taking care of me in a human sense and not in a partner sense. And I have so many partnerships that are not romantic that truly fulfill me in such a magnificent way that I couldn't have begin to dream of this. It truly just makes me so joyful. And I couldn't ask for better friends and better support systems. I think my life this year has been more beautiful than I could imagine in so many different ways. I've found myself in scenarios that I think, dreaming of maybe my whole life without knowing. And I had so many moments of just pure bliss. And it's funny because a lot of the things that I wished for or that I thought I would have, I don't have. And so many things that I didn't even know I wanted, I have. And I'm just truly excited to be surprised in the next year. To fall in love with myself even more profoundly and my friends and my connections, and to realize that love is all around us in so many forms that romantic love is just a little part of it. And I'll be happy to welcome it into my life, but I will also be happy to continue this existence, falling deeper in love with myself and with everybody around me. That is a full circle, I think, for me, because I kind of felt like I needed love to have that, and I realized that I needed romantic love to have that, and I realized that maybe falling in love with myself was truly the greatest thing I could have ever desired. And I'm so happy to have overcome all that sadness, but I'm so grateful that I let myself feel that, because emotions are emotions. If you numb or try to hide from them, they'll just become bigger in hopes that you'll look at them and face them. So I'm happy I did a big year of healing and shed all of my snake skin. I've dated and realized what I want and what I don't want, kept my standards high and didn't settle, and I'm happy for that. I'm proud of my little past self that cried so much to you guys throughout this year, and I'm happy that I could share that with you guys, because vulnerability is truly a superpower, and we all feel these things. I know that we don't all have to share them on the internet, but if this can help one of you feel more seen, I'm glad I can do that for you. And know that I'm sending you so much love. There's so much love waiting for you out there. Maybe romantic love isn't a part of your journey right now, but know that there's so much beauty waiting for you to experience it, and so much happiness and so much joy. And if love isn't in your life right now, it's for a bigger purpose and a bigger reason. I truly struggled to understand why love wasn't a part of my life, and a few years later, I have the perspective that I needed to understand that I needed to just be me, myself, and I, to have the time, the energy, and the moments of reflection to truly sit down and construct the life that I had dreamed of, and that I'm seeing the seeds that I have planted blossoming right in front of me in such a beautiful way that I know that I have total certainty that I'm setting the right foundation for the life of my dreams, and that love will find me once my life is blossoming in a beautiful way. I know, knowing myself, being such a hopeless romantic, I think if love had stumbled into my life before I was able to plant all of these seeds, I might have been too distracted to plant these seeds. I know that that's not ideal, and I know that I had to be alone long enough to realize that pattern and realize how much of my time and energy was being consumed by other people and a possible relationship. That now always makes sure that I set aside this beautiful time to focus and to plant these seeds and to truly construct the life that I desire for myself, independent of anything and anybody else. I truly hope that 2026 is a beautiful, amazing, magnificent year for all of us, and that we can truly harvest some of the beautiful seeds that we have planted, and that we can leave all the skin that we've shed in 2025. I'll see you very soon. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Share with me down below how you're dating and how your year was, and if you're single and thriving, or what your relationship status is, because I think, even though I was crying to my sister yesterday about why do I not like anybody, why can't I find anybody that I like, I'm at the same time the happiest that I've ever been, and the more at peace that I've ever been being single, because it's truly a blessing to have the time in your 20s to construct the life that you have always dreamed of. And I think I wouldn't have it any other way. I know that I wouldn't have it any other way. And I'm happy that I can take you guys along the way. If I find my boyfriend or my husband, I'm happy that I will be able to share that with you guys. And if a few years of singleness are down the line and that's what awaits me, I know that it will be blissful and crucial for the life that the universe has planned for me, and that I'm co-creating with the universe. I know that 10 years down the line I'll look back and I'll be like, thank God, because I did that with myself a year ago, 5 years ago, and like 10 years ago also. I know that I can trust the universe. I hope that you guys can also trust the universe. Let's let the universe surprise us. Yay! I love you. I hope that you can subscribe and stick around. It truly means so much to me. And I'll see you very soon. Bye!